Last week, the Becker County law enforcement community conducted their annual disaster drill. Becker County Sheriff's Office, Detroit Lakes Police Department, along with mutual aid from multiple fire department agencies and medical service agencies from around the area as well. And this disaster drill scenario was one that, well, unfortunately, has been in the headlines far too much over the last few years. That being the scenario of a mass and rampage shooter. Now, they conducted at the county courthouse with the scenario basically being a family that had their farm foreclosed on and armed themselves and decided to go on this kind of violent spree at the courthouse. Thank goodness it was only a drill and involved everything from having a tanker truck full of toxic chemicals that were leaking in front of the facility, which the fire department and other agencies learned how to handle, to the use of improvised explosive devices inside the courthouse, as well as other types of explosives like hand grenades and firing, and did involve casualties for both law enforcement and for those that were participating in the disaster drill. But what I think is key to take away from this is how fragile our actual way of life is here in the area. The fact that I took away from following the disaster drill is that if a group of people who are motivated decide to wreak violence upon a community and upon a building like that, I don't frankly know if there's anything anybody can do to stop them. All they can do is respond quick enough in order, I think, to limit the carnage. Because what we discovered is things happen so fast, there becomes so much confusion, especially in the drill that they conducted, which again was designed to test every single aspect of the law enforcement community, of course, to find those weaknesses and the weak points so they can be improved on and made better later. 90 different people took part in the drill. I was happy to observe and be able to take part of it. But what really got me was at the very end of the drill. Now, I've done 4 or 5 of these disaster drills now over the last few years, at least observed them and been part of them in my time here at the courthouse. But we used to always kind of hold a debriefing ceremony at the end with everybody that took part in it and have some kind of a community meal, and there the observers and there the people that did the scoring would kind of give a debrief on how the evaluation went, which we didn't have. And when I asked a few people about that, they really said, well, the county commissioners decided that it wasn't worth spending the extra money on to have a meal for everyone. And I understand we live in tight times. We're penny pinching everywhere. We're looking at a 2.6% increase in the levy maximum amount. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. But here's what I do know. If you're going to ask a bunch of people to give up an evening in order to drill something that has a safety benefit for the entire county, and you expect, other personnel like janitors and stuff like that to get paid, probably overtime in order to help clean that stuff up, or street crews or anything like that, don't you think the least you could do for those volunteers and those that take their time is at least say thank you with a bite to eat? Now, to me, it's just penny wise and a pound foolish, and in a small town and community like ours, the little things like that definitely go those extra miles.